And now, because you guys got up so early, give yourselves a round of applause. When Jesse was saying that we didn't expect this, I've never seen a crowd this big in this meeting. This is amazing. Thank you guys so much. What it represents is everybody leaning in to the magnificence and the power that our scientific products have and the validity behind them. Now, we heard Lisa say yesterday we're going to nerd out. I wanted to actually do the opposite of nerding out. I wanted to give you guys the ability to not have to nerd out or not have to call somebody who can nerd out on your behalf. I wanted to take something common and look at it in an uncommon way, or something that may be familiar to you and look at it in an unfamiliar way, so it's going to be more memorable to you. So I chose kind of an iconic figure to look at how do we represent the power of our Protandim NRF2 and our True Science Liquid Collagen combination. And I chose a guy that I think you may recognize. And I asked the question, what if Chuck Norris used the Healthy Glow Essential Stack every day? Now, that's an 83-year-old guy, first of all. Many of you may not know who Chuck Norris is, but let me just tell you, he's a badass. And why did I use him as an example? Because all of your innate potential in your body, your cellular function, is as much, if not more, of a badass than that guy. You have this capacity, this Chuck Norris-like function of capacity inside your body. It's just a matter of whether you're utilizing it, you're tapping into it, or you even acknowledge it. So I thought that was a pretty cool question. So let's just kind of put this in perspective a little bit. The flu gets a Chuck Norris shot every year. Or if you want a list of Chuck Norris's enemies, just check the extinct species list. Again, think of your immune system as I'm going through this. When the boogeyman goes to sleep every night, he checks his closet for Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris never retreats, he just attacks in the opposite direction. Again, think your immune system function, think proper cellular function, and lastly, most people have 23 pairs of chromosomes. Chuck Norris has 72, and they're all lethal. So now that you understand how badass this guy is, I want you now to start focusing on your own cellular function, your own cellular capabilities, and your immune system function. And we're going to talk today about why did we take Protandim NRF2 Synergizer and True Science Liquid Collagen together? What were we measuring? We're measuring what it looks like in dermal fibroblasts when you lower the stress response and you improve the balance, which is going to give you improved efficiency and improved longevity and all kinds of other things. But it comes down to ultimately function. Function is the most important variable we're looking at here. So Protandim NRF2 Synergizer, let's be honest, this is the thing that got us all here. This is where people started paying attention to who is this company, LifeVantage, because Protandim NRF2 Synergizer are amazing. It activates pathways to support your body's ability to produce antioxidants, reduce cellular stress, and repair your own cells. And it does this by reducing oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. The magnitude of that, because you may have heard it over and over again, it's become common or familiar to you. Everyone outside this room, that figure right there blows them away. They're actually in disbelief about it. How do you decrease oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days? It's simple, that little yellow pill, but no one has a frame of reference for that. So we're already standing in a supreme spot. And backed by over 30 studies, conducted at institutions like Harvard, Ohio State, American Journal of Physiology, etc., and it synergies perfectly with NRF2 NAD, Rise AM, and Rise PM. We've got a complement of products that are intended to be used together to, again, focus on how badass your cells are, how badass your capabilities are. We just want to maximize their efficiency. That's really the entire focus here. And with True Science Liquid Collagen and the attention it's been getting for over the last year and a half, activates collagen production in your fibroblasts, replenishes collagen with fish collagen, 10 types, and maintains collagen by downregulating enzymes that would break down collagen, maintaining the benefits of your natural collagen production and the replenishing of the collagen so you get the maintained and longer lasting benefits. Pretty powerful. But what when you put them together? Better together. And I want to ask a question, kind of a nostalgic question. Who in here remembers the Super Friends in the 70s? It was Superman, Batman, Aquaman, and Wonder Woman. Who remembers them? Well, one of the seasons they had what they called the Wonder Twins. And what did the Wonder Twins do? Activate. So this right here is our version of Wonder Twin Powers Activate. I thought it was because that was the perfect demonstration, a perfect description of what these two products together do. And more importantly, focusing back on the Chuck Norris capacity of your own bodies, the activation is the most amazing part of it. So we know what they do. Together, they create this massive synergy, helping the benefits of all of them, and we're already familiar with that, right? But I want to get into the relevance here. Why fibroblasts? Fibroblasts are what produce collagen. And you've heard us talk about that of the 20,000 plus proteins in your body, collagen is the most important because it holds you together. And I heard Dr. Brett Brimhall talk about it's the glue that holds us together. Or if we were capable of just removing all the collagen in your body all at once, they wouldn't even recognize you. You'd just be a pile of goo on the floor. Nobody wants to be a pile of goo. Or a saggy mattress. Thank you for that reference, Lisa Barnes. That was awesome. So these together, when you have the fibroblast, the most common type of cell that represents the connective tissue, and the primary role is to provide support and structure in the tissues throughout your body. It's literally the framework that holds you together, is why we're dealing with fibroblasts. Fibroblasts are found throughout your body. Almost everywhere in your body has fibroblasts. That's the important part of it. That's the magnitude of what we're talking about, which is why fibroblasts were used. They make up the extracellular matrix of the skin, like springs in a mattress, not a saggy mattress. Providing support to the structures of your capillaries, your blood supply, found in the walls of your heart to help support heartbeats. 3 layers of fibroblasts supported in your skeletal muscle, literally what allows you to move. And then it's found in the organs like the intestines, the spleen, the brain, liver, lungs, and kidneys. So your vital organs. Why do we call them vital organs?
Can't live without them.
It's kind of a trick question, isn't it? Try to live without one. You can't. And if they all have connective tissue that is similar, and it's all reliant on fibroblasts, and it's all connected directly to collagen, we're talking about literally what makes you you. And that's really powerful when we're having a discussion about cellular stress, about cellular balance, about longevity discussions. And I don't think there's any company that literally can have the conversations at the depth that we can. So this is really powerful stuff. It plays a central role in how the body responds to insults and stress. Stress is something that we all cannot avoid. It's something we're all subjected to. It's whether we handle it properly or not, and we have a built-in system to handle that. It's just a matter of whether we are equipping it, and that's really what our objectives are here. So why dermal fibroblasts? First and foremost, because they're the most recognizable. It's the exterior. It's what people see when they look at you, the skin. So if we focus on fibroblasts, the strength and resilience that they provide in the dermal fibroblasts, when we're looking at your skin, because why skin? It's the largest organ. It protects your entire body. It acts as a barrier to protect you from external and internal insults. The skin is the first line of defense. So consider it like your armor. Each fibroblast is like a scale in the connective tissue armor, and the stronger and more productive our fibroblasts are, the more resilient the barriers of protection is. And so think of each of those little scales like a little Chuck Norris. So it's resilient. You become resilient just like Chuck Norris. And so I can tell by the chuckles it's landing the way I wanted it to land. Okay? But think about it at a little deeper level. That's the foundation. And we just heard Lisa talk about this amazing new complement, this amazing new add-on to this armor. And I'm going to give you guys a little pro tip. Last night, when Lisa was talking about the ingredients, I leaned over to Marcy and I said, "You're my shrubby everlasting." And she goes, "Thanks, I think." So I'm not sure if it worked or not, but I'm impulsive that way sometimes. So Marcy, you are my shrubby everlasting. So when you look at the foundation of your armor, and you look at this add-on, what you're looking at is, you see the face, because what you want your immune things, or the things that come after your immune system, whether it's a bacteria or a pathogen or whatever, when you kick its butt, or when your immune system kicks its butt, you want to recognize who it is. So this True Renew, because we've got the foundation of the NRF2 Protandim and the True Science Liquid Collagen, when it's effective, this add-on is just identity. So when you just look down and you say, "This is who just kicked your butt," you look great. That's what the True Renew is going to do. It's going to be the polishing of the armor. It's going to be the manifestation of the beauty that is your badassness because of what we're doing here with collagen and true science. All right, so what does this study show? This is where I kind of geeked out. And we're looking at the 13,708 genes that are influenced by the fibroblast, which were distributed over 18,000 plus pathways. I mean, just think about that in your body. 18,000 plus pathways that are affected by the combination of these wonder twins when they activate. The most important pathways that are significantly impacted by NRF2 and liquid collagen and the combination of the two products are your innate immune system. And you have an immediate part and you have a delayed part. Your immediate part is your T cells, your white blood cells that show up and just kick butt like Chuck Norris with a roundhouse kick. And then you've got your delayed, or what we call your antibodies. Both of these pathways, both of these fractions or factions of your immune system are improved by the combination of our two products. And I've never, in my short career looking at the research part of this, seen something that had this kind of an impact. Together, they exert a synergistic effect in activating and deactivating cellular stress response pathways that are all part of the innate immune response. So think about it this way. When you activate something or you deactivate something, it's going to have a direct response on your immune system, your cellular stress, your balance ultimately, and ultimately the function of how your cells function, how your cells work. And it all comes down to this activation and deactivation pathway of these 13,000 plus genes. So think about this. Again, back to the relevance of the fibroblasts. So yes, we're focusing on dermal fibroblasts, but look at all the things that fibroblasts affect, or where you have the collagen connections. Every part of your body is affected by this. So from your brain to your endocrine system, to your digestive system, to your skin, obviously, it's very, very important. Your elimination system, everything is impacted by collagen, and it all comes from your fibroblasts. So why did we use RNA sequencing? This is something I thought was pretty profound, because when we get into the subcellular level and we start seeing how your DNA is affected, how your RNA is affected, how you, at the smallest microscopic levels, even smaller than that, are affected by something you take by mouth every single day. It's pretty powerful. And when you look at what we can do with turning things on, upregulating proteins, downregulating proteins, if we can upregulate the proteins and downregulate the proteins that have a direct impact on your immune response, we're heading toward optimal function. We're heading toward balance, and it's all about balance, or what we call homeostasis. And it's patent pending. We've got a patent pending on the combination of protein and NRF2 and our true science liquid collagen. That's going to be huge. So let's look at this cellular stress response. This NF-kappa B is the master switch of the body's cellular stress response. So if you can lower your cellular stress response, you are going to improve your reaction to the things that come against you. You're also going to improve the balance and ultimately the function. So how do we do that? When we look about down-regulating, we're looking at three different components here: 30%, 33%, and 20%. When you down-regulate the things that cause you to have what we call a hyper-reactive immune response, when you stop the things that cause a how many people have ever experienced hyperactive kids, or you are a hyperactive person? You can handle it for a little while, and then it kind of wears out its welcome. Same thing with your cellular response. When you have a hyper-reactive immune response, you get results you don't necessarily want. So when we can down-regulate the things that actually create that, we're heading in a positive direction. Well, what about the other side of that? If we can up-regulate the things that inhibit a hyper-reactive immune response by significant numbers, I mean, close to 1,400%, close to 1,000%. I mean, we're talking, again, RNA sequencing proving to us how amazing the combination of these two products is at the reaction level of your immunity. And when you can inhibit the things that cause a hyper-reactive immune response, we are winning the game. And whether you feel it, whether you have a decrease in things that you've had before, that it is actually palpable for you or someone you're witnessing, it's very, very powerful. And here, I mean, this again, down-regulating the things that cause a hyper-reactive immune response. We've heard of things called autoimmune disorders. Think of an autoimmune disorder as a case of mistaken identity by your immune system. In other words, it's attacking something more aggressively, or it's attacking something it shouldn't attack at all. That is the ability of your immune system to recognize when it doesn't have the capacity, when it's not acting Chuck Norris-like, we suffer. Well, with this, you are getting, with every single time you put that little red pill, or little yellow pill in your mouth, well, that was a Freudian slip. That was unintentional, but I think it was applicable. When you put that little yellow pill in your mouth, or the True Science Liquid Collagen, it starts making you more Chuck Norris-like every single day. And you can kick ass at 83, whether you have a roundhouse kick or a straight punch or whatever it is. It's your immune system we're talking about. And for the people that are martial artists, you know what I'm talking about and why that's so important. But when we can look at down-regulating and up-regulating the things that make us who we are, make us cellular efficient, lowering our stress to the cell response, improving balance, and improving function, no other company can say this kind of thing at this kind of a level. I think we're all just so blessed this. So ultimately, helping the fibroblast cells reduce unnecessary signaling, so we decrease that hyperreactive response, recovering from stress so that you recover better and more rapidly, and restoring optimal function. It's all about restoring optimal function. If you have the ability to restore optimal function, and you can do it in a natural way, and this is really the key component here. When you do it in a naturally, biologically sound way, in other words, we are not manipulating pathways. We are restoring pathways that we already have, and we're restoring efficiency to them by reducing the stress, improving the balance, and ultimately improving the function. So this healthy glow, the power of the duo, Wonder Twins activate. The Healthy Glow Essential is like having a spa day of cellular response care every single day. The two products work together to help your fibroblast cells recover from stress, restore optimal function, and as those cells get back to their best at producing collagen, your body will be more likely to have what it needs to provide strength and structural support to your connective tissues and your organs and your entire body. That's really so powerful. So can you imagine if Chuck Norris got his glow on? So bam! Well, I wanted to use something that was, again, familiar, but looking at it in an unfamiliar way. But what if it wasn't just Chuck Norris? What if it was you and your family? What if it was everyone that you loved and cared about? What is everybody within your own proximity to make an influence? And you gave them the ability, gave them permission, gave them the information to make a decision to get their glow on, to take this step forward, to make them have the less aggressive cellular response, to restore balance, and ultimately to restore proper function of their innate capacities, their immune systems, and who they are as people. What could we possibly do to humanity? What could we possibly do for our longevity? And I want you to contemplate this one thing. If we just take oxidative stress as a reference point, and we just take collagen production as a reference point, and we dive deep into those, we are literally in this room, and the people that we have influence over, we are creating the first generation of human beings that will never have to endure high levels of oxidative stress and decreasing or diminishing collagen production. What would that mean to the human potential? I look at that and go, oh my goodness, this is huge. That's what we are facilitating. So thank you all for recognizing the enormity of that, the potential of that, and I hope that you understand that when you can help people around you and help their internal body function have less cellular stress, a less hyperreactive immune response, better balance, and ultimately optimal function, we're creating an army of Chuck Norrises out there. So let's go out.